Hi guys, it's Lauren Everett from The Skinny Confidential, and we're really excited because we're here with video influencers. We're doing a whole interview all about The Skinny Confidential, building your brand, Snapchat, etc. I will leave the link below, but here's a sneak peek.
So you guys are going like all in on Snapchat right now.
Yes.
All in.
All in.
Why?
I think it's just the most authentic, raw look at someone's real life. I think everything else is so curated that you're not really sure if that's the true representation of what's really going on. I struggle with things like that because I don't know how to be anything but how I am, and we get in arguments about this because sometimes I'm a little too much. Maybe I'm not for everybody. But at the same time, I don't know how to be anything else but myself. So I like Snapchat. I like that I can capture a demographic of people that are going to identify with me. You know, they're interested in what I'm saying. They don't have to, you're not stumbling upon someone. They actually have to take the time to go find me, then click my story. So I like that, and I think it's really going to be
Powerful.
a game changer. It's powerful.
Yeah.
So it is something you would suggest that every video influencer needs to take very seriously and needs
Very
to.
seriously.
Yes and no. That's it. I think that you need to do what works for you. If your personality is not coming through the way it needs to come through to represent your brand on Snapchat, get off and get on another platform. I know a lot of bloggers that create the most beautiful images on Instagram and get so much traction on Instagram, and that's their platform. And then I see them on Snapchat and I'm like,
Well, I guess it just goes back to you want to make sure, and this is maybe a deeper issue, is maybe what they're representing on the blog is not a true representation. So if you're reverse engineering it, I don't know how to put something out there curated. I'm better at just throwing myself out there in an authentic way. Maybe some of these bloggers or YouTubers are better at putting out a curated thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that. You have to capitalize on what works for you. And if you're a video influencer,
But this gets off branding. Don't come back after you've put out an image of A and then come on Snapchat and represent B, because
Right.
all of a sudden you're going to confuse your listener, your viewer, your reader, whoever. It's not going to make sense to them.
if you're a video influencer though, and you are doing curated content, like you're like acting, and then you go on Snapchat and you're not maybe as likable, that sounds mean, but if you're not coming through the screen the way you should be coming through the screen, stick to the acting stuff. But if you're a video influencer and you already have this huge platform where everyone's in love with you, then get on Snapchat and show us snippets behind the scene.
Yep.
But going back to the first point, if you're a fashion blogger and you're just an amazing fashion blogger that creates curated, beautiful images, and then you get on Snapchat and your personality is maybe not for Snapchat, get off. You know what I mean? I think you need to do what works for you.
100%. And then specifically, is there any kind of tactical tips that you guys have found? Now, I noticed one, I was reading even through your About page, and at the bottom of your About page is call to action to your Snapchat, which was probably a semi-recent update. I mean, Snapchat hasn't been out that long. So what are some of the things that you're doing to grow your Snapchat, and even inside the platform itself, that you've learned that could practically help people?
He actually taught me a lot about growth hacking. I think you should read that book if you guys are listening. I think it's really important to growth hack. So basically, my mothership is my blog, and I know that, so I use call to actions for everything that I want to press. So I want to press out Snapchat, so there is call to actions everywhere on the blog. On Instagram now, like I'm more concentrated on Snapchat, so you'll see in my bio, it's a call to action. I think whatever platform that you want to drive traffic to, make sure there's call to actions everywhere.
Even a big one right now is your email signature. I think a lot of people, and this is even people that work in traditional office settings or traditional businesses, there's nothing wrong with having your Instagram, your Snapchat in your email signature.
Mine has my book, my podcast.
I think people are missing
you have
a huge
everything.
opportunity there. You send emails all
Every
day
day.
long. Every day.
Even on your iPhone, like my iPhone is Lauren Everett's, underneath it Snapchat at Lauren Everett's. There's even on my iPhone signature. So I think it's important to make sure you're finding angles everywhere.
And people scared that their employer may see this. If they really want to see it, they're going to see it anyway, right? Everything's out there anyway. So you're not
you
going to
can't
hide
do
it. If
anything.
you're putting yourself out there on social media, your employer will see it if they want to, even if you're not rubbing it in their face.
Yeah.